Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the third day of HCG. I will be your host today. My name is Freddie or Green Runner, and I'll be taking you through the next two best of threes on the B stream today. I hope everybody is having a wonderful week. It is the Friday. I'm going to be honest, I didn't even I thought it was Monday still. This week has gone straight by. HCG is going to bring you some more action as well. We've got some more left for today, and then next week is when the main Swiss system starts, and it is going to be absolutely wonderful. However, today, let's focus on that. We've got a very, very good game on our hands right here. We've got alternate attacks. The German side, we saw them yesterday. Well, I actually saw them yesterday as well, facing off against Budapest 5. And they actually did fall. They won the first map, if I'm not mistaken. It is, they won the first map, Mirage, in a very, very decisive manner. And I was watching that and I was like, oh wow, this is probably actually going to be a very quick 2-0. But then Budapest 5 brought it back and did really well on both Mirage, both on Inferno and Overpass, and Royals as well. We've seen them before. I commentated their first game against Sangao here, and I'm actually really excited how they are playing with a stand-in. Their coach Addy is having to replace Nono2K because he has an exam for university. But he's a pretty good player. He used to play before, but it will be the vetoes going underway. And honestly, I was just looking at this as well, like both these teams, and thinking they kind of play similar maps. So alternate attacks, the German side, they banned Dust 2. Insta-ban makes sense. That's what it's like. And then Royals, I'm interested to see what they do here, because Dust 2 is normally their insta-ban as well. So they're actually going to ban Nuke, a map that they used to play it, haven't played it too much recently. I haven't actually seen them in that in a while. That might actually be somewhat of their new insta-ban with this new roster, because they have had roster changes over the past, like before Christmas, and they've been solidified for quite a while. And it will be alternate attacks picking Ancient. We saw Royals actually lose to Sangao on this map. So maybe this is a pick that favors this German side quite a bit, and it will be Royals then picking Inferno. This is probably one of their best maps. They seem to play it in every series. They play it so much, to be honest. And even though alternate attacks did pick it yesterday, Royals are still comfortable with this. Alternate attacks, they then ban Mirage. So it is now just Vertigo and Overpass left over, and both these teams are comfortable on both these maps. We saw Overpass being played by both these sides already. Vertigo was being played by Royals already in this tournament, and it will be Vertigo the last ban. So the will be then meaning Overpass is left over, and the veto will be looking at Ancient, Inferno, and Overpass. So I don't know about you, but that's pretty spicy. I'm actually very excited. And Addy is actually only going to be playing the first map for Royals. I think Nono's be able to make it home in time for the second and third. But he's a good player. I've pugged with him many times. He's a good coach. He's incredibly smart. So I was talking to the boys last night, and I was kind of like, it'd be quite funny if Addy just 30 bombed. Like, imagine if the coach came in, picked it up. Because I've actually heard him shout to them and like be just like, guys, if I can kill them, that means you two can. So I want Addy to come in here, do incredible as the coach, and then just put everyone down. But let's go look at this German side. But both these teams actually are 0-2. So whoever loses this is out of the tournament. This is the Swiss system, so it's first to either 3 losses or 3 wins. Sorry, I think you could have heard that car beeping outside my window. I apologize. But this is a Swiss system, as I just said. 8 teams will advance to the main stage and bag themselves 3,000 euros. So whoever loses this, that's their tournament run completely done and dusted. So neither of these teams want to be here. And alternate attacks, I'm really surprised they're here, actually. I definitely thought they would be on the upper echelon of this tournament, especially in the first stages. But they had to forfeit their first game against 777. I think they had a HLTV clash, something along those lines. And this team, it's not normally your typical type of German players. If you look at German teams, this is not really what you'd be seeing. These aren't too big out of the regional scene. Probably the most known player would be Cello, and it's a really up and coming German team. They aren't young by age. I think the average age of the team is like 23, 24, around that anyway. Don't quote me on that, but They are an older team. It's the old Penta lineup, and they've been doing quite well recently. They've played 4 seasons in advance, and they've been building a lot of momentum up. So it'd be very unfortunate to see them be bowed out in such a fashion here. And then looking over at Royals, they are the French and English team. The Frenglish team, I like to say sometimes. And they are incredibly experienced. I guess it's like a Swedish as well, a little bit as well now, because aTTaX is playing for them. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs. But we will be going straight underway with this game today. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Friday. It's almost the weekend, almost a break for us over at HCG. And let's get right underway with this now, with the early mid-aggression coming in from alternate attacks. The T side here already pushing into Donut. aTTaX being left in towards this B area to just lurk it out a little bit. And it looks like with only 1:30 on the clock, we're still 1:30 on the clock, it will be a commit somewhat towards this A bomb site. And ooh, these players have walked straight out of their position on Cave. They will be met by Zen in towards Donut. And Swaggy picking up the first kill with these dual Berettas, but it's going to be aTTaX coming alive. And they don't quite realize that he could be behind. That is going to be Jen and Swaggy both being eliminated in towards middle. And it is now just this 3v3. aTTaX, Ensign, Byfield left alone on this pistol round, facing off against these 3 attackers. And it will be back to the B bomb site now. It looked like A was going to be the original hit. And now it's Byfield, normally a weaker player on this Royals side. He's been difficult to find form recently, and that is a huge kill. He drops the bomb at literally the last millisecond. Freeze and aTTaX, they are now scrambling to get this bomb down. But look at the minimap. Ents is on the flank. The IGL could be the X factor of this round. He's got a first hard shot, and he does finally hit it. I don't think he had any armor, so he is allowed to just get the body spam out. And Byfield as well, picking up a second, so definitely a nice little bit coming from him. And it will be Royals picking up their first round. And I know they were definitely nervous playing with their coach, but it seems like so far not doing too bad. We see the dual Berettas, 2 guns better than 1, picking up the opening frags in towards middle. Very nice as you do it. And it will be now this CT side with the early advantage. Bomb did go down, so alternate attacks will be able to get a full buy-in. And that's the state of the game right now. If you get bomb down as a T side, but still lose the round, your buy is equally as good. So no alarm bells whatsoever are ringing out for this German side. And it will now just be this kind of split in towards the A bomb site, showing some presence early in towards B, but ultimately this bomb is heading over A. And something I always like to say is that we normally see a very repetition of a lot of repetition on this map. It's just teams consistently going towards this B bomb site. It seems like the hits tend to go there. So a bit of change of pace already. Both these rounds have somewhat leaned towards this A offensive. And it will just be some presence showing towards B, but ultimately, as I said, these 3 players in the bomb, they will be meeting Byfield on this A bomb site, and there's not much utility to stop them. There is no utility to stop them, actually. aTTaX being spammed down a little bit, and that is aTTaX being taken down towards this B bomb site. But oh, look, the players have got out of position. They rotated in. Freeze. He's been able to pick up the first kill on the Deagle. Oh no, I was on to end. Sorry, I thought Byfield had been taken down, but this bomb site has been completely relinquished from Royals. And as I said, there is really no utility to contest this. Jane is the only person with anything. Smoke and 2 flashes. Byfield has a kit. So they will be bouncing onto the site now. Byfield, the English player, picking up the first kill. Cello hit. He's in a very advantageous to maybe go huge, but is going to be the English player stepping up for the French side. And oh, but Zen, he might have something to say about it. Him and Freeze on a rampage. Zen, he's already got 3 kills, looking for the 4th, leaving Jen in this 1v1 situation. Bomb is down on one of the bodies, but time is ticking down. Freeze, he's playing around this big box. Jen isn't able to find the kill, and it will be the round going the way of alternate attacks. Both players being fooled, and that is not what you'd want if you were on the side of Royals. They definitely would have been looking to pick up that round securely. So unfortunate from them. And it's that early B presence and just that kill. He pretty much just ran onto the site and committed suicide. and it drew all the rotations over. Well, not drew, but like it pulled Byfield out of position. Ents as well wasn't too committed to dueling onto that A bomb site, and because of that, now we see alternate attacks with the advantage. Royals being put down onto this Deagle by. Unlike the T side, CT side economy is very hard to maintain. Flash coming out, just getting bad to worse as Royal side early into Ancient. And it will just be presence being shown around the map. Swaggy is in a position, if they don't check him here, which they don't, he gets the first kill, sees for a second, that smoke is going to be dropped in front of him, is going to do, just allow him so much space to work with, and he's looking to actually get this third kill, dropping Cello down to 16 HP, that is so unlucky. And it is anyone's game really right now, but aTTaX with that lovely first bullet dink onto aD. The coach, very unfortunately, being dropped straight away. But look at this from Swaggy. He's got 2 kills already. He's dropped the player, as we mentioned before, to 16 HP. So a lot of damage coming out from him right now in this round, and putting Royals in a position where it might actually be winnable. Byfield's going to be the first contact. aTTaX with that Mac 10, he's already got 1 kill onto aD and is looking to make it a third. Super, super nice from this German side. Winning the force by battles very early on. And it is going to be Royals now forced down onto an eco. It is just this pretty much full eco coming out from Royals, so don't expect too much from them. And aTTaX, he's still got this Mac 10, so he could look to farm. However, Royals are all situated up in towards this A-bomb site, relinquishing B completely for alternate attacks, and it will just be the bomb going down for free, most likely, and then with an easy little round. Gaining a 2-round lead. Maeve does get flashed off, but I don't think he's spotted. He's going to peek out. He gets one, but quickly traded out with this Deagle. Freeze. The flash is just raining down into the middle from the German side. And the kills, some of them actually going the way of Royals. If they get this third kill and are able to save 3 rifles, it won't be too bad whatsoever, but it will be Zen holding down the fort. Very nice from him. Hence now left alive. The IGL of Royals looking to probably just save this Galil here. The first gun round is approaching right now. Alternate attacks, they have the big green out. Side we don't see just yet on this Royal side. It is going to be just going back towards this B bomb site here. We see it normally being the old trusty, as I mentioned before, teams liking to favor taking the control here. And it feels like whoever wins the B battle does win the round. Alternate attacks already with the man advantage. Maeve with the big green does spot out JM. And it's going to have to be Royals to make a play and maybe bring back the man advantage, but it's only going to see deficits. aTTaX does drop Swaggy, and that is the just 2-man advantage going towards the German side into this first gun round. They're playing it so slow and methodically, allowing for Royals to peek into them, and that is exactly what is happening. Super nice from this German side. And it looks like they will be looking to gain an early lead into this first map. Royals, they tried their best, but it will be them being dropped. And I've just realized actually, Zen is their coach. So both these teams have their coaches playing. Because I was looking at that, and because I remember I watched them yesterday, and I was like, oh, I don't remember this player being here, but it will be Zen, their coach, in replace to Sky, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Sky is not playing. So Zen, their coach, he used to play for NLG. He has played CS recently, and like has actually played quite. He's not unknown to the scene, but was in this coach role. It might not look like he'll matter. He's doing very well right now. Very impressive indeed. And it is alternate attacks filling the skill feed. As I said, they did win the first round, the first gun round, so they're putting themselves in a position where it could just be could be quite dominant. This is a very CT-sided map, and alternate attacks are looking very good right now, I must say. The thing in these type of rounds is that you want to be getting at least some damage done, just something going your way if you are Royals. That just isn't the case right now. Ents and Addy are being trampled on. They do get one kill. Addy, the coach, kicking up his first of the game, and he tried to save that AK, but it will be Maeve securing that final kill just as the time runs out. And alternate attacks, they've got a 4-round lead here. Royals, they do have the money out. They do have the guns and but 2 AWPs actually. One on Byfield, I assume, in towards his A bomb site, and Jen will be looking to roam around. But the utility is quite scarce for them. They only have 1 kit, so they'll be looking to win these early battles with the AWP possibly. And it will be the fast mid play coming out from Freeze. His team supporting him with utility, so he has got to. Look at him already. He's right into candles. He's going to be walking through the smoke. He's going to be making so much space. That's absolutely incredible for him. And this could be right away, just a round going the way of alternate attacks. It's only been about 20 seconds, but look at this. Freeze, he knows where one of the AWPs are. Jane did get the first pick, but he's going to be right behind 2 players now. He spots out a rifler. Will be that rifle's going to go in towards cave, so he's going to see JM, and he could get caught off timing a little bit here. This rifle, never mind. JN, but that is absolutely incredible from JM. He flicked around at the last second, saves Royals a tiny bit, but does get straight away traded. There is still 1 player in towards cave in the form of Ents. The kills going back and forth. Swaggy and Byfield claiming one, and it is going to be Azek tagging down the first player in this 1v2, and he lights them up. Oh my god, that is ridiculous. How have they allowed this to happen? Ed's now on 7 HP. Utility has raked in, but he will be dropped, and that's Azek winning a round he really shouldn't have. I don't understand how Royals didn't, because no one seemed to look in towards short. They were both staring at long. They lined up for him, and it's going to be Azek winning a 1v2 very comfortably. Royals now yet again on the back foot. It's just so unfortunate for them. I thought I'd see a little bit more resilience, especially them starting on the CT side. Most favorably, the advantage, like being on the CT side, I feel like especially for Ancient, is probably one of the most one-sided map, especially with the A1S buffs coming in. Not in, I got so used to saying the A1S buffs recently, but it's not recently. It's been like that for ages. And then just with these fast rotations as well on the C side, you can take control of this map so easily. But it is just going to be this German side filling the scoreboard yet again with this 5v2, 5v3 now, and they're just playing these rounds so methodically, and I really like it, especially against these little weapons. They're just waiting for Royals to make the misplay. And that is exactly what's happening. Ents might finally get some more going for him. That's the second kill of the game for him. He is going to claim that AK. I assume he will even be able to looking for save, because it's not like damage can be done. Alternate attacks have just stayed alive with so many players so many times. And it will be Zen, the coach. He's a manager. He's a coach. Coming up, winning this coach battle right now. I find it quite amusing. We are seeing a game where both the coaches are being played. That is not something you tend to see, but he is doing pretty well right now. Actually, he is an ex. He's both these coaches are ex-players, but it feels like Zen probably was playing just more recently. Looking at pure HLTV stats, Addy hasn't been on HLTV playing a game since 2019. Zen played right up until December type thing of last year. So that is probably something going their way. And it is now going to be Royals with this 6-round deficit. And the thing is, like, it's not even like these rounds have been close. They have been just so dominant, so one-sided, and it's just something actually going their way finally. That is the opening pick for JM. He's found that twice now with this big green. But what is favoring them is that they don't have a lurk already in motion. Royals, they go 1-for-1 in towards mid. Swaggy does get dropped, and they have opened up this mid control now. So it's forcing JN to look in towards CT. Smoke is going to go down to force him off this angle. And it looks like it will be somewhat of an A split coming in. Cello holding down this mid area. He's going to try to stop as many rotations as possible. It's going to be Byfield. Oh no, the mega timing. He looks away at the last minute from A main. He tries to get a nice flick onto the head. Gets the first player in towards Donut. And the second as well onto A main. That's Byfield, making it look a lot harder than it needs to be. But he does finally get something going for him. And it is going to be Royals picking up their second. First time since pistol round we've seen them put on the board. Mid-utility is going to be rained down upon, but it will be this German side just filling up in towards the B-bomb site. They have so much money to play with, at least 2 buys in the bag, even if they choose to lose. They wouldn't choose to lose. But it's going to be Addy trying to line them up on the one. There's only one way you can come in through that choke point, so he tried to line them up a little bit, did do a lot of damage onto Azek, and Swaggy as well coming with that A1S to spam through the smoke. And it is going to be just this 4v3. Ents did his best to try and hold down the fort in towards Cave, but especially when you've pretty much got 5 players wearing down on you, it is quite difficult. And now we see 2 players in towards Cave, 1 in towards Ramp. Ramp has been spotted out already. That is the orbit as well. Zendo, he's boosted up here, and because Maver's got that kill, it's probably made it quite winnable. Zendo, he's not going to be able to find any impact through this boost because it's planted right behind the pillar. But JM, he's going to get spammed through the smoke possibly. The bomb is about to be defused. Zem, he jumps through and he wins them the round. Swaggy left in this 1v3. Bomb has about 3 seconds left. He gets taken down, and that's going to be Royals so unfortunately losing that 4v3 retake. It seems like they had all the pieces to the puzzle, but they are unable to finish it off. The spam coming through and the boost as well into Cave, just making sure Royals couldn't get really anything. And Maeve, very nice fadeaway shot, I must say. But yeah, look at this here. This kill right here is the round-winning kill. Cello spams him through this wall. I mean, I always say this, I'm typically actually really against the fact that there's something like that in the game. I think it takes away a lot of skill, and it shouldn't be in a game such as CSGO, but hey-ho, here we are. It's a game like that, and it will just be this fast A coming out. Byfield, he's going to have to hold on the bomb site. He's only good for 1, quickly traded out by this AWP. Swaggy is in a quick rotation, and equally so is Jane, but these Molotovs and these smokes are going to force them out, but what does do better is the big green on Maeve. He pushes it into a 4v3. Bomb going down. This could be the round straight away going to the German side. Alternate aTTaX just continuing their spree of dominance. 9 rounds to the good. Really, I did not think I'd see this from them today. I thought Royals would put up more of a fight. They are playing with their coach, fair enough, but equally so are alternate aTTaX. So it's like coach v coach. You can't use that as an excuse somewhat. No2K is more of a dominant player. I feel like the problem is, especially, I wouldn't be able to necessarily comment on how much of an impact Sky has in this roster. He, in alternatives, like, I mean, he's very high rated on HLTV, looking at a 1.12 KD. He's played in the German scene. He actually would have played with Zen before, only at 19 years old. I don't know how much of an impact he has in the team, but No especially is probably, I think, talking to them, one of the best aimers in Royals. Like, he's quite inexperienced, but is ridiculous when it comes to just the pure individual, like, just aim, really. They are just so, they always talk very highly of him. And it was actually a tactical pause coming out for alternate aTTaX. I just slowed down the play a little bit, wanted to talk some stuff over, but losing No2K, I think, is a big deficit for Royals. But equally, Zen is just playing really well. He's playing out of his mind. We've seen him do some pretty good stuff, especially as he's not expected to. He's doing quite well. And it is Royals with the 7-round deficit, looking to even it up now. Maeve finding the opening pick again on the Swaggy. It has been Royals normally doing it, and it will be Byfield changing up the pace, pushing in towards the A bomb site, trying to even up the score, unable to do so. But look at this, Ents is replacing his teammates, so he's going to have all the info that it isn't towards his A bomb site, allowing both Addy and JN to stay in towards B here. Molotovs are going to be going down, so it might alert them that it is this B bomb site. Flash goes in, does blind Addy momentarily. He gets harder cleared. That is very unfortunate, especially that right eye peek. It very favors that T side. And it is now JN and Ents left in this 2v4. JN already smoked off. Ents did get red, but he actually still won the gun battle somehow. Bomb hasn't got through the doors yet. So he could be looking to drop the bomb, and he does exactly. That is the bomb dropped at his feet. Smoke will give him some space to play with. And it will be now Freeze and aZeG grouping up together in towards this alley position. He flashes out, and Ents trying his best, dropping down aZeG to 11 HP, but unable to do any more. Alternate aTTaX already reaching double digits now. The lower money coming out, and that Swaggy being outed. Very unfortunate. Smoke does be very unfortunate. Doesn't hit the mark right there. Just making his luck be even worse. And it is now this Royal side on the Deagles, as I just foresaid. And really don't see them doing too much here. Swaggy has got a few kills here in the past with the 1Ds. He does try to do some damage, unable to do so. It's actually Addy on the other side of the map with that 5-7 picking up a kill in towards B. Alternate aTTaX now in this 4v4, scoping out the map, and they're actually split up quite a lot. And Royals here, they're pushing just as 3 players in towards Cave. Coming into middle now, going through connector here. We see they're taking quite a lot of map control. And the bomb might actually get caught off in towards middle. Ents is hunting it down. Ents is now last alive against the coach. Zen drops him, and that is the coach buff coming full effect for alternate aTTaX. Royals just unable to get anything going right now, it feels. Swaggy, he has been playing similar positions every round in towards that pit in towards that cubby pit, whatever you like to call it, and he does get caught off finally. Dropped by the orb. He hasn't been killed yet, but dropped to quite low HP. Still missing that mark. Maeve is very rarely is going to be using utility to try push out the English player, but somehow actually still stays alive. Very impressed by that. And it will be now alternate attacks, looking like they'll be grouping towards this B-bomb site. All 5 players are here. JM though, being back through, very nice team play, unable to get more than one. Very nice trade coming in from his teammates. Swaggy in towards middle does drop that orb finally. That duel has been sufficed, and that was a very ropey one. Ends here, looking to replace his French counterpart. That is the bomb dropping at his feet. Freeze, nice little jiggle is going to allow him to pick up that first kill. Also means it's the second kill of the round for him. And it is now alternate attacks left into his 2v3. 40 seconds on the board. We see a flank is coming in from aTTaX, so he might have to be the X factor here, and it depends where he chooses to go to. Byfield is very close to him on this A-bomb site, so if he gets this orb, he spots out one of the players. I don't think he's going to realize Byfield is literally right here. He doesn't spot him out, so he did miss him right there, but he's going to line them up. He gets the first kill, holds the spray, unable to get the second. Nade is going to land at the feet of Byfield, and it is going to be him actually picking up the kill. Now aTTaX left into this 1v2. We've seen him win one before. He's picked up the big green. Smoke is going to go down to allow him to get this bomb down. And Swaggy, with 33 HP left, is going to just walk straight through, right into the crosshairs of aTTaX. But they time each other. They both go their separate ways. aTTaX has retreated in towards cave. He has got his pistol out. Swaggy already been tagged down, but look at aTTaX here, 17-6. He's been so phenomenal, and he's going to be looking to further their rounds, and that is going to be it. First bullet to the head for the P250. Swaggy being dropped, and it's going to be Royals on a 10-round deficit, looking like they might be coming into quite a ropey series here. This half might be ended off with a push B. Freeze, he's leading the charge with that Mac 10. They have so much money, but it does not matter. JN actually lined them up, finally getting something going their way. Fully blind, but it does not matter. Freeze and aTTaX being dropped. aTTaX, the star player of he's won two 1v2s now. He's having a phenomenal game, but he does get dropped into towards this 15th round. And he equally gets dropped now. JN burning in the Molotov's fire at his feet, unable to escape but the bomb is down in the grasp of the Royals side. 3 players on this bomb site will be looking to hold down against the 3 coming up in towards the ramp. And it will be a duel coming out very shortly, I assume. Minute on the clock yet left, and it is going to be Maeve finding that first kill onto ends. Sign going the way of alternate attack straight away, but utility isn't quite there for this German side. They only have 2 mollies, a flash, and a smoke. One is going to be dropped over to Zen. The coach, I assume, is going to be building up his players for success. Maybe allowing the AWP to peek him. Maybe with this AWP up close and personal. Is going to smoke into wall short. Molotov, perfect timing though from Royals. Is going to push them out. Byfield pushed out of position equally. With 30 seconds left on the board, time is dwindling. Blind players all across the site, but Royals, they are still holding strong. No players have been dropped yet. That is the coach of Zen, actually picking up the first strike, but Byfield peeking out at the perfect time, grouping up with Swaggy, the English counterpart, and that is going to be Royals finally getting something going in this game. They've got 3. It's alternate attack still with the momentum and doing very nice so far. Hello, you see my beautiful face once again. That is going to be the first half of Ancient being concluded. I can't wait for the second, and if you do like what you're seeing, you can drop a follow on HCG, this channel. We're coming with you most days with some action, and if you like what you're seeing from me, you can go up here. My Twitter ad is up there, and I will see you guys after this break. Welcome back. That was a very short break indeed, and we will be going straight into this second half of Ancient. You just saw there on the screen our amazing sponsors. Big shout out to CoinMotion. They are a registered virtual cryptocurrency service provider. They are one of the leading platforms from Finland, and CoinMotion is for anyone who wants to invest in cryptocurrency safely and securely, regardless of your expertise or experiences in the digital currencies world. We also saw Plasma, our amazing esports nutrition drink made from Germany, developed by gamers, made for gamers. Whether you're a pro or a hobby gamer, we all know that losing concentration or a lack of sleep can be very potent and decisive. But with this starter pack you can grab from Plasma, those are problems of the past. You can also head over to the HCG Twitter if you want to try and bag yourself one of those starter packs in a giveaway that's running. And we are straight underway with this second half. aTTaX, they have the large advantage already. And it will be this fast A play coming in from Royals. Very reminiscent of the aTTaX pistol. However, it is going to be this CT side standing strong, dropping players left, right, and center. And wow, just so dominant. Zen, the coach, he's a manager, he's a coach. But he is still able to pick up those tasty little frags, putting aTTaX back in a 10-round lead, and only 3 away now from closing out map 1. This is the map pick of aTTaX, so understandably you want to be doing better on your own map pick. There is going to be Jen already dropped, Addy following suit, and that's the 2-man advantage going the way of this German side so quickly. The rest of these players are grouped up towards the A bomb site, but with the bomb down outside towards B, it is just looking ever so unfortunate for Royals. Maeve boosting up his teammate, holding strong, and it is just now Ents and Byfield looking to see if they can do some damage. It might be a bit ropey. However, very nice shot coming out from Byfield there, taking the head off Zen, and oh, he's going for some more. Cello does get dropped, and Maeve extinguishes the rampage of the English player, and now it's Ents trying to salvage something in this round, which he does. Gets another kill onto Freeze, but it is him left in this 1v2. MP9, Deagle, Flash, Bomb. 4 HP though, and with 50 seconds on the board, this might be quite difficult for him. He is going to lurk up in towards Candles, but dropped just before he can get anything done. Maeve with an ace, actually. Oh, I didn't even realize. Maeve has picked up an ace. Because he got the kills in such a short succession. He is going to pick up all 5 for this round. Very nicely done. I feel like his teammates here, they're like, oh, we'll die for you. Don't worry. We'll allow you to get the ace. So he picks it up easy as you like, giving him more of a confidence booster going into these later, probably could be possibly the last 2 rounds of the half, and maybe onto Inferno, aTTaX can continue their dominance there. This Royals T side now, they have bought some armor and Deagle's invested into this round. Addy, I think, is just aiming for that AWP. He's going to drop it over to JN. Bomb is outside this A bomb site, and it's been very heavy. Royals have found this towards A. They have just been committing multiple players at multiple moments of succession over here. And they will actually be scared away momentarily. Maeve continuing his form, already picking up another one. He does enjoy picking up these eco frags, it seems like. 6 already in 2 rounds. And he's looking to get some more. 2 more players in front of him. He gets the first, and they've been just lining up for him with this P250 out. Got 3, unable to continue. Imagine if he got 2 aces in 2 rounds. That would be absolutely phenomenal. And as now just Addy, the coach, he's had a pretty quiet game. He's been struggling a lot in this position. Does get the first onto Cello. Drops down, picks up the A1S. Just look, it feels like he is quite nervous being put in a position like this. And it will be Royals now on the back foot. They're gonna have to go absolutely flawless now for 12 rounds in a row to try and even contest this German side. Alternate attacks put onto 15th, and this is looking quite tasty from them, I must say. Royals here, they are grouping up towards this A bomb site. They are going to get it for free. There is a big contention towards middle. Alternate aTTaX committed a lot of their forces there early to try and just take that presence. But because of that, they've been forced to relinquish this side of the map. Execute is going to come in. Smoke's going to block out all the players that were anywhere close. But the utility is kind of scarce for Royals. That Molotov was the last thing that could have stopped them. Has been extinguished in the smoke. And it will be now alternate aTTaX with 3 kits on the board. A few flashes. We'll be looking to take their kills down here. And Maeve, he gets the first, kills aD and puts now Royals in a moment of disarray. And he's going to use once again. Maeve, he's got 3. He's looking to continue more. He's left in this 2v2 now. Byfield in this 1v2. They don't know where he is. He spots out Maeve, drops him, swings out onto the bomb, but it will be aTTaX dropping him and winning the game for this German side. Very close there, but it is going to be 16-3 in the favor of alternate aTTaX. And wow, that was not even close. Very dominant from the German side there. Royals, they will definitely be looking to put themselves in a better position on Inferno and hopefully pushing us to that last map. That was very impressive from alternate aTTaX. I am personally very impressed with them. And it will be Inferno coming out very shortly. My name is Freddie Grimy Rana, and I will see you after this break.
of mind, body state of mind. Dancing with somebody under cherry skies, body state of mind, body state of mind. Dancing with somebody, body state of mind, body state of mind. Dancing with somebody under cherry skies, body state of mind, body state of mind. Dancing with somebody, dancing with under cherry skies, under cherry skies. Dancing with under cherry skies, under cherry skies, under cherry skies. Dancing with under cherry skies, under cherry skies. Dancing with under cherry skies, under cherry skies, under cherry skies. Body state of mind, body state of mind. Dancing with somebody under cherry skies, body state of mind, body state of mind. Dancing with somebody, dancing with under cherry skies, under cherry skies. Dancing with under cherry skies, under cherry skies, under cherry skies. Dancing with under cherry skies, under cherry skies. Dancing with under cherry skies, under cherry skies, under cherry skies.
And welcome back, everybody. We are here for map 2 of this first best of 3 I am doing today. My name is Freddy, or Grimmy Rana, and I will be taking you through the rest of this series and then on to the next. We've got Hero City versus Squad right after this, so don't go too far. That will be a very good game, I feel like. And this is the second map. This is Royals' map pick. However, they are on a massive disadvantage. Addy, their coach, was only supposed to be playing for the first map, but Nono2K is stuck in traffic, so he will be unable to attend, and will be unable to maybe bring them out of the pit for this second map. We see aTTaX also playing with their coach then, but he has a lot more experience as a player more recently. Addy doesn't really play the game at all. Just talking to the guys right now, and they were saying like he has 3 hours in the past month or so. So really, really unfortunate for them. However, this is still a possibility. Ancient did go the way of the German side 16-3, so very dominant them. However, this is Inferno, Royals' best map probably. So let's see if they are able to take it here. And just before the pistol round gets started, big shout out to our two sponsors, CoinMotion. CoinMotion is a virtual currency service provider. They are the leading platform from Finland and you can invest in crypto safely and securely regardless of your expertise in the digital currency world. Also, looking at Plasma, they're an esports nutrition drink made in Germany, developed by gamers, made for gamers. But the pistol round going straight underway. Zen with this CZ, unable to hit the mark, and it will actually be JM trying to look for 2, but unable to get more than 1. His team helping him out a little bit, and it will be now this wrap from the apartment's position in closing down onto Cello. And so we'll probably get a bit of a timing here. Spots him out, back turned, and it is going to be this 2v3 retake of the bomb site, most likely coming in from Freeze and aTTaX. The flashes are coming out, trying to support a kill there. And aTTaX, head cleanly taken off Addy. I was just talking about how he has about 3 hours in the past month being played, but it does not matter. Very nicely done from the Frenglish and I guess Swedish side as well now because of Addy, but super duper nice from Royals to finally get something going for them. They did get the pistol round of Ancient, and then as soon as we saw that happen, it went something like 10-1, 11-1, so hopefully we can see a little bit more coming out of them further on into this game, and it will be Royals finally picking up an advantage on this T side, on their map pick. aTTaX, they will buy back into this. We see a scout alongside pistols, a lot of deagles out on the board, and this could be very dangerous. We see this scout able to tag down the players and then because of that tagging, it allows the deagles just to body slam and pepper away at the rest of these players. However, Ents will pick up the opening kill here. Then the coach of aTTaX in towards CT, supported by his fellow player in Freeze. Freeze just running through, but will get too greedy for the gun and allowing Ents to pick up a second. Flash does come through for this T side, forcing Zen back into CT. Smoke will go down, but it looks like this could be a round going to the Frenglish side. Ooh, Zen just right for a smoke. Very reminiscent of Happy. And Mabel, missed shot there, very unfortunate, is going to tag down Byfield, so he at least gets signed for his troubles. And it will be Royals now with a little bit of luck on their side, because it was a very rare missed shot from Maybe. He's normally so clinical on that AWP. Maybe his scout isn't for him. And it will be aTTaX relinquishing this B-bomb site and Royals getting it for free. Cello is going to finish off Byfield, who had been recently tagged down by the scout. He spots out where one player is, and that's going to be Swaggy being dropped. And now Addy, the Swedish coach, left in this 1v2. If he wins this, it will be absolutely astronomical. Cello and Zem are rounding down onto his position. They spot him out, and it is going to be aTTaX picking up the second round. This is very reminiscent of what we saw in the first game over on Ancient. All I can hear in my head is just Semmler shouting, "Happy, Happy, your Deagle is on fire!" That's all I can hear right now, and what a great moment that would have been to cast. One day, well, one day maybe my voice can be put over one of the greatest plays of all time. But it is going to be Zen trying his best impression and just banging him straight through the smoke. And it's going to be Royals. Because they got bombed down, they will be buying straight back into this. We see 3 Galils and 2 Tech-9s coming out, so definitely a winnable round for them still. Cello actually choosing to wield this M4 unsilenced, something you not see normally. And it is going to be this fast play coming in. Zen, the coach, is going to be tested, and he's going to stand strong. He gets 3 kills, looking for the 4th, puts Jalen down to 15 HP, and what more could you want from your coach right there? That is actually super impressive. Like, what can you do when one of your players gets replaced by the coach, and then the coach does the best in both maps? Like, that is ridiculous from him. That is actually so good. I'm really impressed. And it is now just going to be Jan left in this one before. He'd been tagged down by to 15 HP previously. Player on the quick flank. This is probably going to be the round over for him. And Royals, they lose the force by Wars. It will be alternate attacks. Very reminiscent of what we saw in the first game. So this could be something very similar, especially them starting on their CT side. They have got that advantage. Jen peeking out, drops Maeve, and it will be Freeze. As I said, the flank was kill going his way. And we did see alternate attacks throw this round in a little bit, quite a big fashion actually, against Budapest 5 yesterday, relinquishing it 16-14 against them. And oh, yeah, look at Zen here. Like, it's actually crisp as well. It's actually good. It's not even like it was lucky. Like, that was good positioning, good reaction from him, good aim. Very impressed with how the coach is how the coach is performing. And it is now Royals. They put it onto the Glocks. Tech-9, P250 out for Swaggy and Jane, but this should be a round going very quickly the way of alternate attacks, especially with these long-range battles coming in. But it will actually be the kills going 1 for 1. I'm not sure how Freeze and aTTaX only got 1, and one died with his as well for his troubles. And it will be now this 2 split from alternate attacks. They are rotating 1 player onto that A bomb site. Maeve has got the info. Well, I mean, like, Zen here, he has the info, he has the smoke, he has the utility. He's allowing his players to stack towards this A bomb site and just jiggling out a little bit. Will drop the smoke when he finds contact, and he will find it very soon, actually. All these 4 players are going to be coming very close to him. He'll drop that smoke right in front of him, play behind it, and oh, actually gets dinked through the smoke. Swaggy taking him down with that M4, and it will be the B bomb site in the clasp of Roz, but no smoke to smoke the cross. It'll be Maeve only getting 1 yet again, and that is Royals in this 3v2 advantage post-plant. Swaggy, he's going absolutely huge with this M4 currently. Ensign, Addy are there to support. Addy picked up an A1S into Ward's his hands, and it will be this retake coming in now from Cello and Freeze. Kit on Cello, 2 smokes on the board, and a flasher. Definitely possible against these 3 non-armored players. First kill going the way of Freeze. Swaggy hasn't been checked, he could come alive, and he does, doing a lot of damage, but he kind of need that kill. Swinging out, getting the kill through the smoke, leaving Freeze to tap this bomb. Swaggy going straight through the smoke, but it will be him and Addy clutching it up. And Addy, the coach of Royals, saying, I can do the same as you, I can win a round, but it is on the back of Swaggy there. The English player going absolutely nuclear. Very well played to him, and that is alternate attacks on the deficit now. Maeve with this AUG, not normally a gun you see much anymore. Like, you know, the chain that was it was a big in meta in towards like 2019, 2020. Can't actually quite remember, but it was the SG as well, that like sort of meta. And we don't see it too much anymore. Some players favor to use it on the longer range maps, like Vertigo does too. Sometimes get pulled out. Nuke Outsider gets pulled out sometimes, but it will be these, which is an absolute brawl is about to ensure right towards this A bomb site. Royals, they haven't conditioned much at all towards Banana, so to allow the same sort of thing. aTTaX is being left there, allowing for Freeze to rotate over, and it is now just going to be this pretty much 4v5 duel. A bloodbath is about to go on in towards this A bomb site. The top mid execute will be coming in very soon. First contact and kills go the way of Royals. However, this Org, he lines them up, and oh my god, Maeve, you get 4 kills. Such nice aim coming out from him, and it is aTTaX left in this 1v2. They just did not expect him to be there. Maeve, I was talking about how the Org wasn't normally used very much, and he goes absolutely nuclear. How have Royals conceded that round? Is so unfortunate. They killed a player towards the end. They'd already got 3 kills and did not expect Maeve to be here. And that is him going huge. He's a scoped weapon player, normally the wielder of the big green, but he does it with the Org. Super nice from him. And what can you do when they just line up? Royals now really on the back foot. They won that pretty much full eco against alternate aTTaX in the 5th round, in the 4th round actually. And it was just this German side with a big rebuttal, putting Royals back into the dust. And Maeve, he's looking very confident there with that Orc. He'd already got 4 kills in that lineup, so he's looking to get some more in these further rounds. And it will be some contact maybe brought in towards this B bomb site. Freeze, he's going to get the first kill on to JN with this MP9. He's just checking to see if anyone's there. He's going to realize there's no one there momentarily, but they are going to be returning. The bomb is coming there. Freeze, he tried to get out, but they're still going to be coming up into him. He doesn't get the first kill, runs out of bullet, but it's going to be aTTaX to support him. Byfield actually picking up 2 kills in this round. He is going to get a A1S. No smoke though. He has the bomb in his back, and it will be Maeve most definitely with this Org converting the kill, and alternate aTTaX with 4. Royals are going to have to double their rounds to even meet the German side. Still very early days. The 7th round will be played out, and it will be the full buy coming out from Royals. And Mac 10 is actually been put onto Ents. They might do something fast with that. Looking at the spawns, I can't actually quite tell where he is, but I assume they might actually just send him straight in towards B. 3 AKs in the glow. Alternate aTTaX, they are still holding onto this Org. It's as good as an AWP right now, it feels like. And it will be actually this fast replay coming out straight away. The presence in towards Banana. There's going to be an absolute bloodbath towards this B bomb site. But Zen, look at this. He's already pushed down towards the middle. They're not going to expect him to be here. Swaggy getting a kill in towards apt. Quickly traded out, and Zen as well. He's come alive. He's got 2 kills, and it is just Byfield left alone in that 1v4. Already picked up a kill onto the coach. And it is just this German side getting in the face of this Franglish side, not letting them get anything going. And it could, unless Byfield goes absolutely nuclear, if he goes absolutely astronomical here, it is going to be a 5th round going to alternate aTTaX. So Byfield, he was in a 1v4, now into a 1v2. It's actually possible. He definitely is normally the lower rated player of this Royal side. He is notably struggling in the recent fixtures, and this would most definitely put his name out there. Winning this 1v4 would be incredible for Royals, and also just his personal mental. It would be very good for him, but Freeze with this nice little off angle might just catch him off guard. Caught sleeping a little bit, not reacting to Byfield when he comes out of the abs position, and now it's left into this 1v1. 3 kills already. Byfield's looking to further his dominance. Smoke in towards Moto is going to block out aTTaX. Moto in towards Shaw is going to... Ooh, but aTTaX just runs straight through this. I don't think Byfield's going to realize. Swings out into that. And that is the 1v4 going the way of the English player. He's ex-AWPer, ex-commentator, and he clutches them up in the most amazing fashion. That is actually so big from Byfield. The last player I would have expected it from on this Royal side, and he definitely proves me wrong there. Super good from him, and it puts just like genuinely perfect. That was one of the best 1v4s I've ever seen in my life. So good, he played it perfectly, but it will just be the big rebuttal and big answer back from this German side. Royals now with the 2-man deficit straight away. Everyone's got a ropey bye, and it will be maybe alternate aTTaX picking up this and just trying to force their lead even more after that clutch. Maeve with this AUG. He used a scope last time, didn't use it this time. 2 kills, leaving Addy, the coach, in this 1v3. Bomb is on his back. He's going to be closed down by the German players, and it will be a 5th going the way of alternate aTTaX on this CT side and on the pick of Inferno, which is Royals, may I say. A very disjointed buy coming out from Royals here. We see a Galil on the side of Byfield, Tech 9s on Ensign Addy, Deagle on Swaggy, and just a P250 for JN. Not what you want coming into this force buy, especially with alternate aTTaX taking so much control in towards that B bomb side. They will be forced back though. Very fast play coming in from Royals. Swaggy is leading the charge with this Deagle. Flash is going to blind him straight away. Play it in towards Newbox and play it in towards Coffins. They are going to stand strong. Kills going the way of alternate aTTaX, especially with the rotations. However, the rotations are faltering. aTTaX now left alone. He was the staple of this B bomb site. Has already got a kill. Smoked off. Does find some damage onto I think Addy there in the player in towards Dark, and it will just be this 3v3 retake coming out for alternate aTTaX. A kit on Zen, and there's quite a bit of utility. 3 flashes in a smoke. aTTaX can drop the smoke either towards Banana or on the bomb, just to force a play out and force a fight onto site. But JM, boosted up here, isn't going to dodge the flash. It is going to blind him, but it's very nice angle on CT, especially with N taking his kill. But it's now JN left in this 1v2. He's in such an exposed position, got the first, but really unrealistic for him to be able to get that second. It's going to be Cello getting the bomb defused by the skin of his teeth, and it is going to be alternate aTTaX getting onto 6. 3-round lead, looking quite healthy on this Inferno map. Royals, they got the bomb down, so they're able to like get some upgraded pistols here, but nothing to quite write home about. They have won a round with actually less. The one that the round they won on the fourth they had no armor. But it will be Ents going straight through his Molotov. Byfield actually gets one in the flames, unable to get anything more. But Maeve here with this AUG. God, he's been so prolific with it recently. It's maybe a bit of a meta. I might pull that out, actually. But Zen is going to be getting the contact here in towards long. Flash and smokes do come in. He's looking in towards archers to just peek into them. That's exactly what he's doing. He goes right into them. 2 kills going his way. He spots out all 4 players, drops the A1S into their hands. And it will be Royals now with a man deficit coming onto the bomb site, but this German side, they hold strong. Maeve and aTTaX both getting a kill of their own, and it is going to be the Germans putting on a 7th, and Royals, again, just a bit of a deficit. Zen getting a bit unfortunate there, just very nice at jiggling coming out and baiting from that Royals player, but a little bit too little for them to win the round. And it will be the 5 rifles across the board. Actually, no, Freeze is on a MP9, but I assume they're just going to send him down Banana. Only 2 to what? They haven't played 3 Banana whatsoever because they haven't been contested that much. So it will be just this 2-man Banana play coming in. Nades being dropped early to try and stop a push if there was going to be one. And it looks like it might just be this fast A play. Molotov does go down and stop them. Maeve peeks in behind that. That's the opening kill going the way of this German side. And especially with this smoke down, it's just going to hinder this Royal side even more. Maeve through the smoke. Swaggy just so, like, that is a death slam moment. What could you do about that? Really, really unfortunate. And it's alternate aTTaX just all over this Royal side right now. The Germans proving strong. And I mean, what more do you want, to be honest? Like, if you're an Alternate Tax fan, you're definitely sitting there quite happy. Or a Greece fan, or a Greek fan. aTTaX is reigning in from Greece. So if you are maybe a Greece fan, very small scene. So probably a bit of a. If you are from Greece, you're probably a fan of aTTaX. Like there aren't many players I can think of off the top of my head that are Greek, and it is going to be Maeve with a 3K, actually looking to possibly get an ace in this round. To be the second of the series. He's had so many multi-kills. Ridiculous. And he's already got 4. He's aDTT isn't right in front of him. And it's going to be Cello dropping a kill. But Zen stealing the ace off his counterpart. The coach just rubbing salt in the wound. And it will be Alternate Tax winning the half right there. 8-3 already. Royals, they're put onto quite a low buy. Nothing quite went their way already. And all. Not what you want to see from this English side. Both these teams are 0-2 in the Swiss system, so whoever loses will be dropped out. Both these teams really looking for the clutch here. And Maeve, he's trying to continue his reign of terror. He's been astronomical towards this whole series. He's been so pivotal on Ancient with the AWP and with just the rifles as well. And equally, same here. He's got the AK in his hand. They don't have the money yet to invest into the big green, but it doesn't seem like it will matter. 5 Tech 9s on the board of Royals, and nades just stopping them, hindering their progress. And this utility is just so crisp from the German side. It's very notable of the Germans to be good with the utility. We see teams like Big just, you know, be good on it, really. Like, they're always... they were like notable in transforming the game of CS with their utility usage, and it will be this out spot coming out. Then does get Cello get caught off guard a little bit in towards pit there, but it will be cleaned up by the remaining players of Alternate Tax. Maeve 2 kills as well, Zen with 2. Like these A boys are doing really serious action right now. And if you look over towards the B bomb site, a micro play there is that they have just been taking banana pretty much every single round. They haven't been contested, and because of that, they've been allowed to rotate 4 players over. This Inferno is being played clinically right now from Alternate Tax. Unluckily, we weren't able to see that yesterday from them against Budapest 5, but they will be starting a bit of a comeback story, a bit of a Cinderella story right now. Going 0-2, 3-2 to the main stage would definitely be something they want. And it is Royals. This would be a Cinderella story for them if they manage to make it to the next stage on a 1-map deficit, a 6-round deficit onto their... This series dictates... This map could dictate their tournament life right now. Sagi finally does get the opening pick onto this map. I think the first time we've seen it all game. A site has been dropped momentarily. Zen is the only player here to hold it. The B site players, they did get a kill, but instantly rotated over towards A. They will not be met by any success, as it is this B bomb site, which will be the focus of attack. aTTaX is realizing this and rotating back in. Smoke will be dropped at 50 seconds, so that will probably be a good time took off this Royals attack. And because of this brackets control being taken by Zen, it's going to allow Freeze to rotate back over. And as well, Zen's going to be on this somewhat fast flank. Smoke being replenished is going to force Zen out. I think it's a bit of a miss smoke. There is a big gap on that right there. So they're actually going to abuse this and walk straight through. XQ is going to be coming in. aTTaX kind of stuck behind this these smokes, and it will be aTTaX now. Left in towards Dark. They didn't clear him. He gets the first kill. The bomb on the back of Ents does get a crisp clean shot onto the player. And as I said, the fast flank is out from Zen. The coach, he's had a phenomenal series so far. He's looking to further his dominance, and he does indeed. aDTT's head takes a clean off. Ents in this 1v2 gets the first kill, knows where Zen is, has no utility, and doesn't have the HP as well. 28 HP, only really needs a bullet to the chest. And it is going to be the coach winning that 1v1 and putting Alternate Tax onto double digits. Royals now with the 7-round deficit. The AWP is finally brought out for Maeve, but it doesn't seem like you've been able to. He's needed it. 19-8. That is a very impressive scoreline. Fast brackets control is being taken out from Roz here. Then with the first frag, but quickly traded out. And that is actually straight away. I was going to say the man advantage in favor of Royals, but quickly evened up. Maeve with a 20 bomb already. But look at this, Jen has slipped through the cracks. I think they do expect him though. aTTaX is going to be looking to take him down. The first bullets are going both ways, but it is going to be this AK is running supreme. Oh, Maeve with a fast shot onto Addy. Is now putting it in 2v2. He just catches them off guard. Ed's flying, leaping through the sky like a salmon. Is going to be contesting this AWP. Has got the bomb in his bag. Is going to be planted on default. He's going to get the bomb down, but in this 2v1 now, aTTaX looking for this win. Ends throwing that Molotov down is going to give him some space to work with. He does spot the AWP out in towards library. A flash in his hand as well, but look at this utility on the board of aTTaX. They have got heaps of it. Freeze literally has everything you could want. And that is the last bit of utility being used by this Ents player. And aTTaX, they just are taking way too long. Ents is able to get away, picks up a Molotov, which he's going to throw onto the bomb. Super nice from him. He holds the angle, misses the shot, and it is Royals picking up a 4 and salvaging something on their T side here. It might be this fast play coming in. Flash in towards Banana. They've got the lower utility. Jen, I think for the first time this map, has actually got the AWP in his hands. And they are just trying to take this map control in towards Banana. But aTTaX, he's lining up some utility for his counterpart. Molotov is going to go towards Pit to force freeze out. And I feel like this flash is going to come out ever so soon for the... Oh, but very nice Molotov is going to stop them and force them back. Freeze here, dropping another one. It's just going to be really so good from this German side right now. With a lot of damage, but unable to get the kills going their way. aTTaX finally trades out. Gat Smoke is going to be retrieved, and it's so huge. He gets away, is able to replenish the choke point, and it will be Royals. They finally take top Banana. But look at this, aTTaX trying to do something a little bit cheeky there. Sliding through the smoke. And it is going to be Zen here, getting a double kill, stops the push right here and there, stands just behind that smoke, and this coach, he is doing so good. He's got a 2.1 KD, like, man, why are you a coach? Play the game. Cello is only good for 1, and Addy looking to get this 1v3, actually, it's very possible. Every single player on the server is very low HP. He knows where one of the players is, he has dropped him, and they know Zen's was in towards the B-bomb site. Bomb will be tapped. Addy is very cautious of the player in towards long. He's securing the fact that no one is there. Gets the bomb down. And it will be Zen now, creeping up short. It's going to take 1 bullet from either player to finish off this round. The contact will be coming in very soon. And this will be huge if Addy is able to pick up this 1v3. He's got 3 hours played in the past month, give or take. And he's looking to get it. 1 bullet straight into his body. And that is the Swedish coach picking up the clutch. Easy as you like it. What more could you want from your coach filling in? And it is going to be Royals salvaging something, getting those last 2 rounds, and we will be throwing it to an ad break. I will see you next half for hopefully Royals is salvaging them second map. See you in a second. Hello everybody, we are back for this second half of Inferno. It will be the German side of aTTaX leading the score 10-5. but I still believe that Royals may be able to bring something back. And while we were showing that ad break, we saw our amazing sponsors. CoinMotion, they are a registered virtual currency service provider, one of the leading platforms from Finland. And for anyone who wants to invest into crypto safely and securely, regardless of their expertise and experiences, this is the platform for you. We also have Plasma. They're an esports nutrient company coming in from Germany, developed by gamers for gamers. Whether you're a pro or a hobby gamer, we all know that losing concentration or a lack of sleep can be decisive and quite bad for you in your when you're playing these games. But with the starter pack, you are able to put these problems in the past, and I would head over to their website, bring up their starter pack, or go over to the HCG Twitter, where you can enter the giveaway for a starter pack. And I would definitely enter it. There's no point not. You can bag yourself some free goodies. But it will be the second half, starting very soon now. It's straight away. The pistol round is underway. ENCE is only player towards B bomb site. There was a 4-man stack early on towards A, and ENCE cleanly taking the head off Maeve. That nade as well is going to do some damage, putting AZEC down to 57 HP, and it will be Royals with the start they won into the CT side. All 4 players of this alternate attack side are grouped up towards Banana here. They have quite a bit of utility to use on this execute. Molotov, smokes, everything's going to be going down, and it will be both Jet and ENCE to hold this site. Jet spamming through the smoke, seeing what he could do. Does finally get one with, I think, his last bullet. That's the bomb of Cello being dropped. One of the non-armored players. ENCE is well getting a kill for his smoke. Jet getting boosted over, trying to see if he gets something going, and it will just be Freeze and Zed now, looking to get something with them, and it's just going to be Royals cleaning the feed. ENCE, 4 kills to his name. You can tell he's happy. You can tell with those B-holes he's looking to secure Royals their second map and put it onto Overpass. I want to reiterate, if they lose this map, it will be Royals out of the tournament for good. Both these teams are 0-2 in the Swiss system, so it would definitely be very unfortunate to see this French and English side being pushed out already in this tournament. Alternate attacks, though, they equally are looking. They're definitely a team that are full of promising players that want to be pushing themselves further in the European scene coming into this year, and this would definitely be a start for them. Alternate attacks now are grouping up many of their players in towards this A bomb site. The bomb did go down for them last round, so they are able to pick up a buy. And with that, we see them getting the first 2 kills out of JM. He's going absolutely huge. He's trying his best to salvage the round for his Royals team. And it will be the Molotov going at his feet. He gets one, but only good for that first. Royals now left in this 2v2. That nade could actually do quite a lot of damage. Lands next to Freeze, but somehow only doing 19 points of HP. And it will be now Maeve, normally the wielder of the big green, having such a prolific game and a prolific series. ENCE is just walking past his position. Maeve is going to be finally coming to light. He will realize that, oh, he's making noise. He doesn't realize, he doesn't check his corners. ENCE now drops the kill, instantly Freeze, left into his 1v2, unable to get the first, and it will be Royals picking up a 7th. And that all came down to that kill in towards short. If Maeve had just cleared his corner and had checked to his right, it would have been the round going towards alternate attacks, but that is not the case. You can definitely tell ENCE there was a bit just like, wait, what? There's a player behind me? How has this happened? How has he not seen me? But JM doing bits here with that A1S in towards just the A bomb site, short pit, getting 3 kills and making it just winnable for Royals. Without him and that excellence, it wouldn't have been able to be put into that 2v2 and a winnable scenario. However, Alternate attacks, because they got the bomb down, they are not looking to give up. Only 2 players stayed alive for Royals in that previous rounds. Their economy is still a little bit shaky. They have quite a good buyout here, but if they lose this round, it will be a very unfortunate time for them. We see that aTTaX, he's shifting through this top banana area. He will find the first pick onto aD, the Swedish coach being dropped of Royals, and it's just giving the man advantage early, and a lot of map control actually for alternate attacks. Swaggy peeking out of the perfect time, does trade his fallen comrade, but he's only good for 1. And it's going to leave Royals in this very precarious buy. They know Byfield's in towards pit. He has smoked himself off there, and it will be also looking towards CT. Maybe just holding down this angle. He is proving to be very, very dangerous for this alternate attack side. 27-12. This man is on fire today. He's had such a good Ancient. He's having an even better Inferno. Claims alternate attacks their first of the half. And putting Royals, as I said, their money was not solidified. They'd stayed alive with very little members, and it is going to be shown here with them only on, like upgraded pistols. Maeve will be not able to, push himself anymore, but it will be aTTaX just swinging out of this top banana position, dropping ends easy as you like it, and it will be alternate attacks just all over. This is absolute dominance for them. Royals, they are really just not able to find anything. They're not able to find anything going for them. aTTaX as well with the flank, like. This is really, really just not looking good for Royals, is it? And he's going to get the knife kill. Oh, no. You don't have to do him like that. aD. Knife in the back. Alternate attacks. aTTaX, did you have to do him dirty like that? Was that needed? Like, he's a coach. He's here. He shouldn't even be playing. Like, he's struggling. Why do you have to make him look even worse? Something at least going the way of Swaggy and Royals here. They are able to claim this AK, but especially with this knife kill coming out, aTTaX is going to have quite a lot of financial resources to play with. He's going to be able to drop a AWP over to his counterpart of Maeve, if they do elect to do so, and it will be alternate attacks here, yet again, just pushing themselves forward. And Royals, they are struggling to get anything going their way, to be honest. And while the replay production, you didn't have to do aD like that either. That is so unfortunate for them. Unlockable. Royals, they are put yet again onto this bad money. They have just pistols out, really. Not too great, very unfortunate for them. Alternate attacks, they're on a 5-round lead. Yeah, I can do quick maths. And it will be them looking just to close out the series here, continue their tournament run, the end of Royals' tournament run, within maybe the matter of 4 days. Byfield and aD will meet these players. aD only on a USP, looking to just get some damage done if he can. And it will be these 3 players of alternate attacks grouping up towards this B-bomb site, not wanting to make a mistake. aD will get spotted out. He does get a ding, and it will allow Byfield to get a kill with this CC. He's normally the pit player, but it is going to be alternate attacks with the bomb site. And the grasp of their hands. Bomb is going to go down, and it's going to push them probably onto a 13th, and then 3 rounds away from taking the series. Zen dropping Jin right out of the sky. And oh, the coach, he's feeling himself today. Swaggy, bit of flair put onto him. And it is going to be Zayn. Just like, he's the coach. He's been brought in here. He shouldn't be expected to do well. And God, he has. Alternate attacks, playing with their coach. Equally, Roz are playing with their coach. So, very unfortunate for both teams. But it looks like the German coach is coming out on top here today. And the buy will be pursued from Royals. We see 5 A1Ss out, no big green in the hands of JN. Alternate attacks, they equally just have 5 AK, so it's going to be a bit of a gun duel here. No AWP whatsoever, and it is going to be top banana smoke being dropped by alternate attacks. Is going to give them so much space to work with. And it is just going to be the T side playing a bit of a default here now. Oh, double nade onto Addy as well is going to do a bit of damage. And these utility is going to force him out. The flash did come out. They did try to stop him. And oh, Maeve, 29-14. He is unstoppable right now. No one seems like he can be brought down. And as I say that, Jane finally does get the kill onto him. But it is alternate attacks. With this 4v4 and the whole of banana control, it feels like these players have no utility at all on towards B, and equally in towards A, they have nothing. They only have 2 flashes, but looking over alternate attacks, Freeze is the only person with a smoke, so he's going to drop this in towards long, it seems like. No, in towards Moto. It's going to allow the players just to scream it out of mid. They will be meeting JN. He's going to have to stand strong here, and he gets fallen at the first hurdle. Byfield now in towards Pit. They might expect him to be here. The A-Rap is coming out. And Byfield, he hears the players all around him. Just for one, drops the bomb. Great transfer, does miss onto Cello. It allows for the rotation to come in now, though. But Cello, because he's been able to stay alive, he's been tapping away at those heads. Addy now left alone in this 1v2. Don't expect him to do too much there. And it will be alternate attacks onto 14th. The coach of alternate attacks then is proving his worth in gold. He has the tactical mind, and he also has the ability to pop them heads. He is definitely never going to let his players live this down, seeing how he's out-fragging the majority of them. And I'd be lucky to see the score. I'd be interested to see the scoreboard for this full game of how well him and Maeve have done, because they've been just so good. Like, he is here. He does get the first kill onto the coach, as I was just speaking so highly of him. The cookie traded out by Maeve, and that's going to be him finding 30 kills, putting himself on a 2 KD. Not too shabby whatsoever from the German AWPer there. Yellow not caught off guard, and it will just be Ents and Addy left alone in this 2v4. Both of them in towards the B bomb site, and the bomb will be picked up. And I assume head towards A. He is looking to find some kills to pick up his frags, build up those ecos. Addy, very close up and personal, will be dropped, and it is alternate attacks onto 15th. And Royals, they're going to have to win 8 rounds flawlessly, perfectly, if they want to push it to overtime. And it even doesn't stop there. They'd have to win overtime to push it onto overpass and maybe hold themselves high into this tournament still. But it will be alternate attacks looking to hopefully push themselves further in this tournament and not be knocked out at this stage. And Royals, this could be the last round of their tournament. 3B set up for this French and English side. They will not meet any impact whatsoever. It is Jan picking up the first kill in towards middle. He's looking for Sue, but burning in the Molotov. He's been forced out. Byfield does trade out his teammate effectively. Utility is coming in all left, right, and center for aTTaX in towards long, forcing out any player and any rotations. He is actually going to be cleaving the smoke. Eds is right in front of him. He walks through, does not get the kill, and now it's just Cello and Freeze left alone in this 3v2. Make it 2v3, make it 2v2. And Swaggy now alone. No, Swaggy's left Freeze alone. The bomb is down in towards T-Spawn. It will be very unfortunate for this alternate attack side if they do relinquish this round, but they still have so much time to play with in this game. We see multiple players are on 5 figures. And this smoke from Freeze in towards Moto might fake out the players, but they're choosing to buy. They're going back onto this A bomb site. And it will be Swaggy and Addy left alone in this 2v1. Completely wrong direction. Bomb's going to go down. Freeze has completely read. He's read them like an absolute book. Molotov and Nade is in his hand. And both these Royals players are coming in from CT. They will be looking to double up. Addy, I assume, going first. He's wielding the AK, the coach. He's had quite a slow game. Swaggy already on 2 in this round. He's going to hear them. He gets the spots out, the first player. That Swaggy dropped, and it is now Addy sticking to defuse. 5 seconds kit, and he will just probably get this, completely faking out Freeze, and that is going to be Addy winning this 1v1. That's like this. He's won 3 clutches so far this game. He's won a 1v3 and 2 1v1s now. Not bad from the coach. He's getting those impact frags when he needs them. And it will be this fast play coming straight out in towards top mid. aTTaX does drop JM, the Greek player, already picking up the first kill into this round. And it is now a 1-man deficit for Royals. This is the last round of their series run, or this tournament run, maybe for them. Mave as well on this flank, absolutely huge. He lines them up, doesn't choose to knife Addy this time, ends on the boost, is going to find a kill, but it is just these 3 players put into a bit of disarray for Royals. Spam through the smoke for Freeze. It's going to give them the bomb site. Utility is quite scarce for Royals as well. They've got a smoke, 2 flashes, and a nade. One of those flashes being used. Oh, they've picked up another smoke onto Byfield. The boost is going to come out. aTTaX was holding that position, but he is going to get dropped. Ents is going to deny that bomb momentarily. 3v3 now with time ticking down, and Byfield and Ents getting even more for their troubles. Zen, the coach of alternate attacks, is looking to get some for them, and it will be Royals just putting up a knife on the board. I feel like alternate attacks, they had everything to go for them there. They had the flank in Mave, and it will just not go their way. Royals winning, 3 players alive, or being saved over. Still a hope in this tournament for them. Warp shot raining true for JN. Very nice first impact into this round. It's possible. This is definitely the start. The Royals need to progress into this map. They had to win 8 rounds flawlessly. Now it's only 6. It's definitely possible to push them into overtime, but it's not going to be an easy feat, especially with some of these alternate attacks players going absolutely nuclear. Mave, one of these standout players, normally the wielder of the big green, has been doing it mainly with the rifle. He has been finally extinguished. And it will just now be Zen and Cello trying to get some info into Waters A bomb site, leaving the other 2 onto B. Bomb is dropped outside Banana. It might be alternate attacks with 50 seconds left on the board, just going straight into B here. Addy is going to have to hold down the fort strong with his counterpart. However, these flashes are just raining in. Ends good for 1, but it's going to be aTTaX finding these 2 entries, opening up the bomb site, allowing for the 3v3 to go in the way of alternate attacks. And it's going to be this post plan. Do or die for Royals. They've got 2 kits, 2 flashes, another flash on Byfield, a nade smoke. They've got enough to work with. but the time is just ticking down. It's dwindling, and it's going to be this B attack, whoever wins this. Byfield is shifting up in towards Banana, and if Cello finds that pick onto him, it will be the round going the way of alternate attacks, but it's going to be Byfield finding that kill. However, aTTaX is finding another. He's left into this 1v2, and Byfield, oh, very nicely as he's done. He's had a very good series so far. Normally a quiet player on Royal's side. He secures this 3v3 and the 1v and the 2v2 just for Royals. Super nice as you do it. aTTaX, he was trying to be the savior of the alternative attacks. He'd got 3 kills. He'd opened up the bomb site very nicely from him, but he will be extinguished, and it is going to be Byfield trying to take that throne and trying to take the crown as the Inferno King. JN is looking to find the opening pick yet again. Maeve tagged down to 2 HP. He's had a very unfortunate couple of rounds. Hasn't had anything going for him. And it will be this B offensive coming in. 8 seconds in. Getting a kill. Swaggy being dropped by the coach. And it will be Royals now left into a 1v3. Team kill did come out for freeze. He is trying to help out Royals a little bit. But it will be his T side. Very low HP across the board. Jane, 16 to 23, has had quite a slow game, and it will be Zen, Freeze, and Cello converging onto the B bomb site. Jane has just looking to see if he is going to get anything for, and it will be not. He gets shut down straight away, and there's Royals. They had a little bit of fight left in them towards the end, but it will be alternate attacks ultimately taking it, and it is to be the German side progressing themselves further into this regional Swiss tournament, the first stage of HCG. This is the first week and the third day of HCG, so if you like more, there's a lot more Counter-Strike to be had. Royals, sadly, that is them bowing out of the tournament. Very unfortunate for them. I would have really liked to see them just get a little bit more. However, that is going to be it from them. My name is Freddie Orgamy right now. I have been your host for this series. If you stay tuned, I will be here for the next best of 3, and we will be going to highlight a little bit of an ad break, and I'll see you in about 20 minutes. Thank you very much, everybody, and stay soon.